Grammys coming. Not Zabrosk, we're going to be polishing Grammys together. We got a kung fu situation going on again. Why are they kung fuing me every time I play a clip? Play a clip, I got a kung fu situation. Poked in the eye. You didn't see it coming. You know, sometimes when you're waiting for like the next song, you know, out of nowhere, you're just like, that's weird. I got a Three Stooges, you know, double eye situation going. That wasn't nice. Like, I thought the Renaissance Man was nice to me, and he wanted me to have a nice night, and all of a sudden, punched in the nose. Like, I didn't even know it was coming. I was there, watching the show, tuning in, saying hi in the chat, and I got a neck chop. Like, what was that about? I don't need a neck chop, you know? They hurt. You give a neck chop to somebody, they're not breathing, you know, for at least 20 minutes. That's not a good thing. You know, I'm going to tell you a story real quick. Let me fix this. Hold on a second. This is the best way to say this. My father was a football player. My brother was a football player. My brother played football at West Virginia. He was a quarterback, and which for a short period of time. Then he went and he didn't do it for after, you know, the first year or two. But regardless, he was a very good quarterback. And my father was a running back, and he played football. So, like, of course, you know, my father's, you know, he's got 3 boys. And he's thinking, I want my kids to play football. And, you know, my brother Michael, the oldest, obviously he took to it. He loved it. Middle brother Matt, he didn't. I don't think he really liked football very much either. I remember he played. But I'm not sure how much he liked it. Anyway, then it's to me. I'm in this, what's it called, Pop Warner. I think everybody played Pop Warner when we were kids. And so I go in Pop Warner situation. I'm sitting on the sideline. And I remember there's like a couple of practices. I can't remember this. A couple practices. I'm there. I'm doing it Magoo style, right? And I'm learning. Wearing this gear, right? Ugh. So I do this like a Pop Warner situation. And I'm there on the sidelines. Coach has us go in. And he's like, you know, here's the plays. They put me in on defense for like a couple plays. First of all, I'm this freaking little pipsqueak back then. Seriously? I was like, it didn't hit puberty until senior year of high school. 5'6", senior year. Hey guys, what's going on? How you doing? Talking to sophomores. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Good. How you guys doing? Good to see you. Yeah, that was me, 12th grade Mark. Hey, what's going on? No hair on my legs. What's the story over there? 5'6". Anyway, so story is what it is. Magoo style, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, do you want me to play defense? This guy tools me. Literally a defender tools me. He's like, I didn't know what was going on. He's going, hey, why don't you go this way? Like, that's what it seemed like to me. Like, the play would start. He'd be like, hey, why don't you go this way? I'm like, okay, I'll go that way. And then, like, the runner would go the other way. And I'm like, oh, okay. I think the plan was to, you know, get me to go that way, you know? But it's the first time I ever played, man. I'm like 11 years old. What are we talking about over here? So all of a sudden, I go to the sideline, and we're going to the, you know, offensive side of things. And he's like, hey, Pires, you're going in and, you know, you're going into tight end. Yeah, you're going into tight end. So I go in, I'm tight end, and there's a play that comes, and we're all going out. We all have a pattern to run. And somehow, I don't know what happened here, but this is like first play out. Hike! I run out and do what's called like a hook pattern. I come out, I do a woogity-woo, right? I turn around, ball right in my chest. Now, I've done this 1,000 times with my brother. My brother's a quarterback. I can catch the hell out of a ball. I'm quick. I could run. I'm Forrest Gump, right? I'm Forrest Gump in it. Jade, I'm coming home. I'm Jay, you know, going like this. I'm keeping my head straight, but I'm moving the body. You ever seen that? Like some weird people that are able to do that, where they're like keeping their head completely straight, but their body's doing crazy stuff, but their head's like dead straight. Like, what is this? Is this like a real guy? And I'm going, right? Jade. Freaking guy. I have my head in my, you know, I got the helmets on, you know, like on my head, you know, protecting my head, right? Where it's one of those things where, you know, every once in a while when you go, you see like a guy's coming, but then you're like, nobody's coming. Good. I'm good. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, there's a guy. No, there's nobody here. Guy. No, guy. And I'm looking and I'm doing the head thing. I'm going, Jade, out of freaking nowhere. This guy over here doing his own Magoo situation comes in head first. That was when they used to do the head first spearing thing and it was okay. They're like, yeah, go spear that freaking 11, 12-year-old. Dude speared me in the stomach. I'm going, like I'm doing the friggin', you know, Eric Metcalf. Look, head straight. I got it, guys. I'm going for I see the friggin' goal. I got that. I'm going for the touchdown. They're going to keep me. I'm putting it on their shoulders. Guy, Mark, he got the touchdown. Yeah, you're the. And I'm running, right? I go like 35 yards. Dude comes out like, I swear, bullet train, head first, spearing me in the gut. Boom, biggity boo. I'm down on the ground. That's what made me think about this. I can't freaking breathe. I go back to the huddle. I literally take a knee. They're like, all right, guys, next play. Everybody, good job, Mark. Yeah, good job. I'm like, coach is yelling crap from the sideline. All I hear is, wonk, 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 wonk. I don't know what's going on. Quarterback's like, yeah, Pires, you're going to go out. I'm like, dude, don't even talk to me. Somebody, can I get a sub? They're like, no, come on, break. I go back out there, like, I can't even freaking breathe. Somehow, 4 and out. We're going to sideline. I finally catch my breath as I walk over the white line. Coach comes over, Pires, great catch. You're our new starting tight end. I said, no, I'm not. Last time I ever played football. That's the end of the story. There's nothing left. I still remember it clear as day. Pires, you're our new starting tight end. No, I'm not. My father still talks about that. He laughs the way I handled that. Most people be like, yeah, great. I got the gig. I got the job. There's new starting tight end. I can take a spear in the stomach. I'm going to keep my head straight and do this one. What are we talking about here? I got the spear in the stomach job. Good job, Pires. You got a spear breaking your ribs. Next game. Come on out. You're the winner. What did you get behind door number 2? Oh, you got a spear in the gut? That's the way we handle it here in Pop Warner. When you get a spear in the gut, you got the job. You prove to us that you're okay with taking a spear in the gut, and like we're just going to give it to you every game, you know? Because you got to do oh, there's a guy. No, there's no. Well, we go. I periphery thing. You barely see it because there's friggin' mask, right? Spear guy over here comes out, bang, biggity boo, taking you out again. But you've proven yourself to be a piece of meat that can handle it. So you got the job. Just sign here. You know, we are not liable for any damage to said, packaging that you may have. And that is all. I mean, you should wear a cup. I'm just saying, Bottom line is this. When you are playing Pop Warner, you could either be the punching bag when you're Sugar Ray Leonard, or you could be Sugar Ray friggin' Leonard. You know what I mean? I'd rather be Sugar Ray, so like, he didn't offer me a defensive back job. Oh, Mark, you're the new guy who gets to spear people as they catch balls and try to run down the field. Maybe I would have felt differently if I'm the guy, delivering the spear in the stomach. Never thought about that at 12, 11, 12, whatever the frig it was. I do remember, though, absolutely walking off that field with my dad, and I think he was upset. I think he was sad because he really loved football and he was hoping I would too. But I don't like abuse, guys. I don't like hitting. I don't like fighting. I don't like hurting people. And the idea of tackling someone, like, I don't know, that's not my thing, Like quarterback, so I walked away from that. I was a pitcher. Then I played baseball. And shortstop, pitcher, basketball, those are my sports. Where it's a little bit less of a concern that you're going to hurt somebody, More you're just going to strike them out and hurt their feelings. That I liked. I liked that. So let's see. There's some questions coming over here, it looks like. Oh, I have a stream lag? Yeah. We get that sometimes here. But you know what? It leads to new content. That whole thing led to a story about my playing football. That's why I always think it's an interesting, perspective that people look at negatives as something that doesn't deliver a positive. Every time something interrupts you, there is a potential there. I'm proving that, I think, in this show. Because every time something does happen, I just go with it. My camera slows down, we turn it into a freaking kung fu movie. I don't know, but I'm not going to stop the show because something goes wrong. So what happens is you start creating content based on the scenario you're in. This is what improvisation's about, I think. I didn't go to school for it. I didn't go to school for music. I don't know anything about the guitar. I don't know anything about comedy per se. I know what's funny. What I think is funny is what I do. Whatever my mind says, yeah, this would be funny, go do it. I'm doing it. I'm saying it. My mannerisms, everything. Every facial tick. I hope you guys realize that. I do a lot of facial ticks, everything. Every movement, every piece of body language that happens with the characters. I literally try to envelop every moment and create within it. And it's not something where it's going to be just like a sort of interpretation of this is like fully, this is some other dude. Like when Hammerlin's up there or when Face's doing his thing or when we're doing Batmark, even Spider-Mark, I'm literally just going somewhere, And it's a lot of these people aren't me, I'm just joking around. Like when Trish said, I really like the edge that Spider-Mark has. I was like, ooh, really? And I just freaking doubled down on it. I doubled down. I'm stealing everyone's food. When I'm out there and I gotta take down a supervillain, you better believe I'm taking that pesto pizza you just brought out of that gourmet pizza joint. And you can't wait to eat. You spent $74 on it because they put like caviar on top or whatever. I wiped that friggin' crap off after I got it. I took it. What are you doing, Spider-Mark? That's my pesto pizza with anchovies. I said, you got anchovies on this friggin' pizza? I went like this. I took my other spiderweb hand and I went, I shot the caviar back and I said, you eat the caviar. Shot it in her mouth. She was thankful, actually, because I saved her some money. Caviar situation. She took down the caviar. I took down the friggin' pesto pizza, minus the caviar, which I wiped off and spiderwebbed into her friggin' mouth. That's what we do sometimes, is like, when you take a gourmet pizza and the lady screams at you, she gets a double-decker. The first one is the spiderweb with the caviar in the mouth, and the second one is this like the stronger spider web that comes at Mach 4, hits her in the face and covers her mouth completely. She can't talk. She's got caviar web in her mouth and she has to enjoy it. You wanted your caviar. You want the caviar. You take that caviar. You enjoy that caviar. You be the caviar. Okay? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to enjoy on my perch. I'm going to enjoy this pesto pizza that you thankfully purchased for me. Just remember to tell your friends you were spider-marked. They don't really like being spider-marked, but this is how it goes. It's part of their contract they signed when they got their mortgage. If you look in the fine print of the mortgage, you may be spider-marked. It could, very off chance, that you could be spider-marked. You're out back cooking your favorite barbecue dish. Look, you got wings and you're putting on steak and you got burgers with crispy bacon and you're doing all the fixins, hot dogs. Spider-Mark catches a whiff. What's going on over there at the Nathan residence? Bang, biggity boo. I'm over there now, right? I'm taking that steak. What are you doing with my steak, Spider-Mark? I'm friggin' eating it. Give me some of that gravy you got over there. I want it. A1. You make you some A1 versus Spider-Mark situation. And when I get done with this, I'm taking 3 hot dogs, and I'll have a couple of them hot wings, too. What are we putting on that tonight? Susie, do you got, like, blue cheese to go along with the hot wings? Like, I like a blue cheese combo, and we can mix-a-roo it, And then some celery? You do celery to kind of cut, the buffalo style. Susie, what are we working with? No, Tom, I don't want to freaking hear it. Okay, look, when I come by Spider-Man's situation and I got to go and take care of the Robson house, because of what's been going on over there, that's almost on you, I would say. But look, I won't go there. But you have a problem with making an extra 15 hot dogs, 4 steaks, 3 cheeseburgers with crispy bacon, chipotle sauce, lettuce, pickles, the fixins, cut in half so I can spider mark this situation. I throw it up. I'm eating it quick. You can't do that for me? Look, I didn't come by the Nathan residence to like grab one hot dog. What's that, Susie? No, Susie, I don't want to hear you saying you only made enough for the fam, okay? What do you think I am? Check the mortgage. Spider marks in everybody's fam, all right? You have to understand that if you happen to be in a spider mark situation, you have to just relent. And you offer up whatever food Spider Mark wants. Check the friggin' fine print. All right, this was a Willy Wonka situation. You grab the magnifying glass and you look at the bottom there. It says it all. You just didn't take the time. What are you, Joanne? With a quadruple heart situation going on? Joanne, how you doing back there, by the way? What are you, how's that quadruple feeling today? Are you doing a quadruple double? That is an Allen Iverson move. I'm just saying, when you do a quadruple double instead of a triple double, you're Allen Iverson in it, you know? And then people come along and they're like, can I get some cornrows in my hair and tattoos all over my face? Mike Tyson style. When you do that, you really set a standard, you know, like this is a dude you don't want to mess with, right? I'm just saying, look, I'm not saying that I have a problem or that I'm afraid of people with tattoos, but if a dude comes up with a tattoo on his face, that guy's not afraid of pain. I'm just saying, hitting a sledgehammer, he's T2ing it. Dun, dun, dun. What are you going to hit this guy with, a friggin' Chevy? He's still getting back up Roadrunner style. You know what I mean? Beep, beep. And you're running away then, you know, he's just pulling the leg across like friggin' T2 style. You're like, what do I got to do to this guy? You know, grabbing at the Chainsaw Massacre, you know? And he still doesn't want to go. He's just like, I'm in it. I'm in it 100, you know. And sometimes that happens, guys. You just have to be prepared for a potential T2 situation based on a tattoo in the face. Because that tells you that dude ain't staying down, you know. He's just ready to pounce back up. So you better take him out of the legs, you know. Because if he's crawling, at least you can get away. If he's able to get up and run after you, you are in trouble because a T2 situation will kill you. They will continue to beat your face. And you'll be like, I'm sorry. I don't care. You're dead. Dead meat, they call you. And they literally pound you like a butcher. Sad. You know, that's why I say 2021 is a time when nothing makes sense. It's really true if you think about it. Susie, how's that friggin' steak coming along, right? What are we doing? And Tom, couple hot dogs on the side. Let's do it, buddy. I'm talking maybe some sauerkraut on the first 7. That'll be good. Sauerkraut, throw in some of that spicy friggin' mustard, ketchup style, bang, boo, biggity bop. And then I'm like ready to roll on it, right? I'm chowing those down. I'm doing a Joey Chestnut, you know? Like I'm down in New York. I'm going for the Coney Island hot dog special sandwich. Goodness, I'm going to get the most hot dogs in a minute. Joey Chestnut style. I'm going to beat Joey Chestnut's record. People are like, Joey Chestnut, he's the hot dog champion. He hasn't seen Spider Mark, okay? Spider Mark? 464 in a minute. You want to test me? Line them up. Let's go, Tom. Line up those friggin' hot dogs. I just want to warn you. I may just decide to stop after the first 14. I told you I came in for a 14 jobber. I'm here for some steaks. I'm here for some bacon cheeseburgers. And if Susie made any of those delicious brownies that you had last week, I'll take those to go. No, Tom, I'm sorry. I may have to ask you to leave. Yeah. If you can't allow me to eat the fixins and anything I want here, I'm going to ask you to leave your own property. Spider Mark, it's part of the contract you signed when you got your mortgage. Of course, you didn't sign or read the contract like Joanne. that's on you. Anyway, look, I want to share a very important point with you, Tom. I think you're out of Golden's mustard. You know I like that brand. So if you can go on inside and grab me some more, that would be great. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. Susie, what the freak is that wrong with you, Tom? He knows the deal. You do a Spider Mark situation, you get the food out. You didn't do that tonight. I mean, you sort of did when you were like, "Can I get you some steak too, Spider Mark?" That was good. That I appreciate. Tom, we only have enough for us tonight. And you kind of echoed that sentiment for a moment, which pissed me off. You know, you don't do that. You don't say you only made enough for the fam. You only made enough for Spider Mark, you mean. You guys are out. I'm sorry. You wanted to eat. You're going to have to order in. Yeah. I ate all of your barbecue. Thank you, Tom, for making it. I got to go take down a villain. I needed to eat it all. Sure, I could have done with maybe 5 hot dogs, 4 steaks, and 3 cheeseburgers, Miyagi style. Me trying it. It didn't work. I thought I'd do a Miyagi while I'm Spider Mark, and I'd have extra abilities. Shoot, my spider web almost took out spider web. I'll use my spider webs to shoot down the Flylee. Where's Bruce Lee Flylee? I'm using my spider webs. I'm Spider Mark. Why didn't I think of that before? When you get, bit by a spider that is, turning you into Peter Marker, and all of a sudden, Peter Marker on the street. I put down the camera. I'm done with taking photos. Okay, I'm done. I told people who I am. I get out of the megaphone. Look, my name is Peter friggin' Marker, and I'm also Spider Mark. You better deal with it, and I don't want to see any friggin' bills. I don't want to see any bills from utilities, water, newspaper, trash, nothing. No bills, okay? Peter Marker. Remember the friggin' name. If I get a bill, I'm spider marking it over to your place. I'm spider webbing the friggin' bill back on with a letter that says, you go spider yourself, all right? And if you don't take that note and say, you know what, maybe I should back off this guy. Next time you're in the street with a tasty calzone, I will specifically target you. And I will swipe that calzone right before you take the first bite. You just cut it and you're ready to take that first bite. You just dipped it in the marinara, right? And you're like, I can't wait to eat my calzone. You start bringing it towards your mouth. Right then, Spider Mark comes out of nowhere from like up on the perch again. Shoo! Bing, biggity, boo. I took the whole calzone with the first one. Shoo! I got the other one. I took your spoon, the fork, with the other piece of calzone, and you're not getting any of that calzone. That's Spider Mark's calzone now. I took this, when I grabbed the fork situation, there was still, some, piping hot, like liquid water in the inside of the calzone that he was holding onto on the fork. The inertia from grabbing the fork / calzone situation, it pulled back and it sent the piping hot, like scalding. It just came out of the oven. He just came out, and it shot it back right in his face. 27-degree burns. It was horrible. It was a crime scene almost. They're like, what happened? He's like, oh, spider marked. The cops are like, read your freaking mortgage. He went on anyway. He was just like, I don't care. I'm going on Facebook and I'm going to put it into in the group, the Facebook group. Spider Mark took my food. He didn't know he can create a subgroup, which he should have done. He should have done this. I was a jerk. Spider Mark got me back and took my food. He didn't do that. He just went into the Spider Mark took my food bit. He's like, Spider Mark took my freaking calzone, and I'm really pissed off because it was a delicious calzone. And also, I was about to eat the calzone. He takes it. He also took the fork. He couldn't leave me the smallest bit of calzone. I'm talking about a human size. I cut off a huge piece of the calzone, a very, very small piece of the calzone, with just enough of the liquid juices inside, and with some of the marinara. And I got it in there, and I'm ready to eat it. He pulls the calzone. I see, first that one, and then he grabs it. I was kind of in shock. And I didn't think to throw that other piece in my mouth really quickly. I'm like, why didn't I? As soon as I saw him take I go like this. He goes like this, and my next move should have been, when I saw this one go, was like this. Let me get this one in my mouth. I'm going like that. I'm losing one. I'm getting the other. You know what I mean? But when you didn't get the other after you lost the first, you lost them both. And bottom line is, you need to think quick on your feet when Spider Mark is in town. Especially when you got a tasty calzone from Geno's, You're going to go into Geno's, order up the best calzone in the history of time. Literally, it's on the yellow books. You go in the yellow book and you look up calzone maker. They should go to pizza joints because you can't, there's no calzone makers, guys. It's the pizza places. And you go in there and it says Geno's Pizza Joint. And on the top it says greatest calzone in the history of time. You know who said it? By Menon, right next to it. And so he gets the calzone. And when you do that, the Geno situation calzone, the by Menon one, yeah, I'm going to snake that one 9 out of 10 times. The only one I'll miss is if I'm in the middle of taking down a bandit. If I'm mid-bandit situation, then I'm going to leave the Geno calzone. It depends, where I am in the takedown. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm like grabbing on the back of his shirt as he's running, and then I smell a Geno situation, I may leave the Genos, but I don't know. It depends. If I can get one good punch in the back of his head, while he's being held with the other spider hand, boom, biggity bob. He goes and takes a flippity flew over. I could really quickly go over, snake the friggin' heck out of that Geno's, come back. I'll leave it up on a perch somewhere so nothing can get to it, and then I'll spider web it so nothing can get in it. Like, you don't want any birds getting to it either while you're going to take down that bandit. He's still, he's starting to get back up, You shoot the spider web on his feet. I forgot that's what I also did when he was leaving. I shoot at his feet, so he's trying to get his feet. I'm like, my feet are all spider webbed, which is disgusting, by the way. I don't know if you've ever been spider webbed. Disgusting. When you get one by a human spider, it's the worst. It's sticky and gross, and it like literally molds to your body, and you can't get it off. Yeah, it's really quite an interesting, substance if you're not the guy that has it all over you. Anyway, I take a Geno's most of the time, realizing it's 9.9 out of 10. If here's the only time I'm running after a guy, I still can't even get to him. And I'm like, shoo, shoo, shoo. He's doing some weird dart situation where I'm losing him. Where did he go? And then I smell a Geno's. I still can't get to this guy. I don't know where he went. He was over there, and then he's over here, and he's mirroring it, where I see him there, but when I get there, he's like, he's actually all the way over there doing a wave. Like, I was really here. I did a mirror situation. Like, what? You did a mirror situation like Bruce Lee at the end with the, Revenge of the Dragon? And when you do a Revenge of the Dragon situation with Bruce Lee, and Bruce Fly Lee comes back, great ancestor of Bruce Lee, it's full circle. You know what I mean?